Hello and welcome to Sovereign RPG. I am Sovereign. I thought I'd start off just to let you know that today, the 26th of May, my partner Sonia has become 4 centimeters dilated. So we're actually just waiting for our son to decide to come out. So Echo's talk this Saturday may be postponed. I might be able to do something and get someone to take over the Eve Echo's talk for me, but it may just be a fact that we have to wait until the next weekend, and I'm really sorry about that. But if he decides to come out before the actual thing, or he comes out, if he comes out tomorrow and we can get him home, we can do the Echo's talk, that's not a problem. But if he comes out, we have to stay in the hospital, so I can't promise that Echo's talk will be live this Saturday. But hopefully my son's out by then. Let's see how it goes. And today we have another interview for you with MMORPG.com. Link will be in the description. This has been written by Ed Orr and it was written on May 20th, but has only just come up on the scene. I never noticed it was there. It was posted in the media of the Discord server. There's some pretty normal MMORPG.com wording in here, making it out to be the best thing since sliced bread, because obviously it's probably a paid advertisement. MMORPG.com hasn't been the most unbiased website for a long time, but we do find some pretty nice information out from the developers in this interview, so it's not too bad. There is some answers and some information on how easy it was to make Eve Echoes on the mobile devices, a sort of version of Eve Online, some would say. I don't agree with that term. I feel for me Eve Echoes is its own entity, but we all know I have that feeling. They go on to say that they always wanted to do this, and they knew it was never going to be easy. Wei Su, who is Exile, actually approached CCP back in 2015 with the idea to bring Eve to mobile, and they sat down and spoke to him. We got to know who they were and found out that it wasn't just any other development team from NetEase, like it wasn't just a random team. They've actually got some games on their belt, and shockingly I didn't know, but I did some information checking. I checked these games out and they're they're actually extremely popular games in the Chinese community. Games like Westward Journey Online 2 is an MMO in China for PC. It's been going for about 18 years and it was created by the same group of developers. Shows that they have the experience, they know how to craft a game that stands a long amount of time, just like EVE Online. And they even built a mobile version of this game, which is it's just as popular. It's very popular. You can check this online. And obviously this gave CCP the confidence that they needed, that this NetEase team could deliver what they dreamt of. As it says in the actual interview, like it's easy to just accuse a mobile game of a cash grab. I see EVE Online players doing this daily in every Discord I'm in, every Reddit post, everything. You'll constantly see, oh, this is just going to be another mobile cash grab. You can tell that Exile, he's old school EVE, like he's an old school EVE player, and he heads the team that initially approached CCP. He goes on to say that he wants to expand the influence of the EVE universe, bringing it to lots of new players across the mobile market. Just as much, we want to take on the challenge of bringing this new mix of player-driven economies and hardcore PvP space battles to mobile gamers. And I'm sure that's not an easy thing to do. They even say in the next part, which is the challenging times, that it's not just a reskinned game like you with Stellaris Galaxy Command, which is just a reskin of Nova Empire, the countless reskins of strategy games on the mobile market from the same developers that are just creating games over and over to get money. This is built from the ground up. Again, here it says that there's over 8,000 worlds on a tiny 6-inch screen. 8,000 worlds makes no, I don't know what they mean by this. They say 8,000 systems in the other one, and this one they say 8,000 worlds. Worlds is a planet. I don't know. Even if there was 8,000 systems, that would be including wormhole systems, which we know they won't have on launch, so it's not 8,000 systems, especially if it's a cut and dry, cut and paste EVE universe. If it is actually New Eden, the way that we know it, it's not 8,000 systems. In EVE Online, there are only 5,000 star systems. There's around about 2,500 randomly accessible wormholes. If you go by the actual amount of solar systems in EVE Online, you have like 5,201 systems in EVE, just over 1,000 in high sec, around about 800 in low sec, and 3,200 and something in null sec, which is quite shocking because 60% of the systems are actually null sec. And according to some stats a while ago, is like only 15% of characters actually live there. Maybe we'll actually get some changes. Maybe things will be different in EVE Echoes. We don't know yet. We only saw a beta. The article goes on to say other things that have changed, but there's not much new information here that we don't know already. There's the actual gameplay trailer that they released for us during the live stream. They start to talk about the actual live stream and then go on to talk about the Yangjung race. And they again talk about the Asian culture and how they would like to bring the Oriental culture into the game, when we've already said this before, there are many Asian bloodlines within EVE Online. There's quite a few of them actually. And it says here it will hopefully help expand the reach of EVE Online in many ways and bring it to a wider population. I guess they meant Echoes and not EVE Online. Maybe that's a writing mistake. Good job, MMORPG. They also go on to say that the return of the Yangjung makes a bold statement that this isn't just EVE for old school players. They say that NetEase and CCP talked repeatedly of bringing the core EVE experience to mobile, but have definitely made some changes to the way the game plays out. While Exile confirmed that players can play however they want, building corporations or heading out to mine the edges of space, EVE Echoes gets a few nice additions, and this doesn't just mean extra skins and cool looking new ships. It does include some awesome skins and cool looking new ships, however. And then they go on to talk about the outpost. Now there's some information here that we might not have known, that I might not have released before because I wasn't 100% sure that it was actually in the game at the time. But they talk about the outpost. The outpost will include boosts such as resource gathering enhancements, and they can be shared with your friends, so you can set like a list on there, an entry list, to see who can enter your station, who can't. It's saying that they will be somewhat customizable, so I'm not sure what that would mean. Fitting modules maybe, but that's just standard. And it says you'll absolutely be able to choose your outpost location and even decide what type of player you can open your outpost to. This we've actually seen before. They also go on to just say that the Plex in EVE Echoes will be exactly the same as in EVE Online, and players will be able to use Plex to buy Omega clones, and you'll have the same capability to trade Plex with other players in the market as you do in EVE. And that's all we have on that post. So I want to thank you all for watching. Not much information this time, but we're actually dried up on information. I've been gathering quite a bit of information for Echoes Talk episodes, and it hasn't left me much time to try and drag some information out for videos. But if you like podcasts specifically surrounding EVE Echoes, please follow the Twitch in the description. Like and sub if you haven't already. This is your one-stop shop to EVE Echoes. Fly safe.